standing. And I'm going to build off of one of the exercises that Chris had you doing this morning. And you can still do it seated if the standing is too challenging. But what I'm going to get you to try is a standing exercise where he had the ankle across the knee, okay? That worked really well in seated. We're going to try that same thing in standing, but we're not going to hold the position at all because, you know, there's a balancing involved. So all we're going to try to do is reach down, grab that shin, get the ankle across the knee, sit a little bit, and then come right out. That's it. Switch legs. So put that ankle across the knee, try to sit down a little bit like you're going to sit in a chair, and then pop out. All right. Now, before we really get rolling on here, I want to show you one thing. The foot that's in the air, I want you to always actively lift the toes inside the shoe, okay? So the foot's not drooping, but rather it's always active toe inside the shoe. All right, let's do a couple reps of this. Ankle across the knee, and then we try to sit a little bit, and then we come right back out. Ankle across the knee, and when I say sit, that bottom knee bends a little bit, the bum goes down, and you come back out. Back and forth we go. If you spend more time wobbling and falling over, you catch yourself before your foot even got up to your knee, that's okay. All right, back and forth. Lots of different things are being activated when we do this, okay? And this is actually kind of a fun thing to do before you sit back down in your chair and do the nice thorough hip stretch, because this kind of warms it up. So a good question somebody might have is, why are we doing this exercise? And it kind of seems important because the morning guy did the same thing, just a different version of it. We're doing one more each side. Well, yeah, this is important. Having nice flexible hips translates to, here's our last one, translates to reduced tension in the lower back. So, you know, what is 150% of people have some lower back tension or issues? That kind of treats that. Okay, perfect. Next exercise is going to be with the shoulders. So I just have a little handy dandy valuable item here. This is one of those MEC turtle lights. So just as a demonstration, I'm going to put this in my armpit, and the goal is to keep it there. You don't need anything as an item. Just think of something valuable is going to be in your armpit. Okay. Now what I want you to do is try to take your shoulders away from your ears, and you're reaching your palms towards the ground, and you're squeezing your armpits closed. Okay, so this little thing is not falling out of my armpit. And then relax, and just kind of everything goes nice and loose. Okay, that's the exercise. So if you've watched Iron Man, you know, he's got the jets out of his hands, and he's about to take off, right? That's his position. Good one, eh? So it's like Iron Man taking off. So you reach for the floor and squeeze your armpits closed and hold it, and now relax, okay? We're gonna add one little piece to this so we really get it right, and that is when we reach for the floor, we don't let the shoulders go forwards, but instead we use a proud chest. We call that a proud chest. So the shoulders actually pop back, just like he does in the movie, okay? Because he wants to look like a superhero, okay? So, ready, set, reach for the floor with your palms, proud chest, squeeze those armpits closed, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, ready? We're going again. Reach for the floor, squeeze those armpits closed, proud chest, and relax, and shake it out. The reason we go contract, relax, the contract part's important to make us use something, but then the relax part is important. And when we relax, following a contraction, the muscles are more relaxed than they were before from you just sitting and working at your computer, okay? Okay, we're doing 3 more of these. Ready, set, reach for the floor with your palms, squeeze those armpits closed, and your head should be like really super tall off your neck. 3, 2, 1, relax. It doesn't matter how hard you're trying at this, just that you're doing it. Okay, ready, set, go. Reach for the floor with the palms, squeeze the armpits closed, and your head super tall. 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, we got 1 more to go. And last one, reach for the floor with the palms. Squeeze those armpits, tall head. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. Okay, I didn't drop my little deal once. Perfect. As a general rule, if you're doing any sort of movements or following an exercise, if you have a chance to squeeze your armpits closed when you're doing something, that's a nice go-to. And if you find yourself shrugging, that would always be wrong. We always want to drop those shoulders when we're doing anything. Okay, so now if you've got presumably your computer is on a desk or a table of some kind, we're going to use that table now, okay? And do a little bit of forearm mobility. So you're not going to see my face too much, but you are going to see, whoops, you are going to see my hand, okay? This is what I'm going to do. I'm standing with my side to the table, okay? With my right hand, I'm going to put my right hand on the table so my fingers point straight backwards, okay? So towards my bum. Now that's kind of the position we're shooting for, and I want your whole hand to be flat. So if you're on the edge of the table and your fingers curl over, find a new position, hand flat. We're going to do a quick test here. Have you got claw hand? So the knuckles kind of pop up. Well, that means these muscles in your arm are super tight. So one thing, you can take your other hand and try to flatten them out. And if that doesn't work, you're just going to lean forwards a little bit to take some of the tension off, okay? The heel of the hand is on the table, fingers are flat, and I'm facing that direction. And now what I'm going to do is lean backwards as far as I can go until my wrist suggests that I stop, okay? And then I'm going to go forwards. And then backwards. We're just going to go into the stretch and out of the stretch. And you're focusing on 2 things. 1, you don't get claw finger, okay? And 2, the heel of your hand stays down on the table. So it doesn't really matter how far you take this backwards, just that you're trying, okay? We're just going back and forth. You got 2 more reps. All right, last one. And then we're going to switch sides, do the same thing on the other side. So again, I'm facing that way. My fingers are pointed the exact opposite direction. My whole hand is flat. Make sure I don't have claw finger going on. And I go backwards as far as I can and then forwards. So forwards feels, I guess, comfortable, and backwards feels less comfortable, probably. And that's it. Back and forth. So the amount of motion that's happening in these forearm muscles right now is about 10 times more than what they normally experience when your fingers are just typing, okay? The muscles that we're stretching or activating right now, they all come from the inside of your elbow, and those are the muscles that make your fingers work. So all your typing muscles, they're not in your hand, they're in your forearm, okay? 2 more. I got 1 more here. And that's that. All right. So if any of you actually suffer from like maybe tension on the inside of your elbow, or your hands just they turn into this after the day, the tension's coming from there. So an activity like that at the beginning of the day or anytime during the day is good for them, okay? All right, and now we're gonna do the other side of the arms, okay? Again, all the work with the mouse and the typing, it's all coming from the forearm. We took care of the front of the forearm. Now we're going to do the back of the forearm. So here we go. I'm taking my right hand and I'm keeping my fingers pointed straight down. I take my left hand and I grab my right hand, and that is making sure my fingers stay pointed down. okay? Now what I'm gonna do with my arm, so what you can do is just kind of let your elbow bend a little bit, okay? But now we're going to straighten the elbow and twist. And if you've kept those fingers pointed straight down, you'll feel a nice stretch along the back of the elbow. So here's the movement. We relax and then twist. Relax and twist. If you're feeling nothing, you want to pull back on your hand a bit more or twist it. So your fingers, make sure those fingers point straight down. All right, so out of the stretch and into the stretch, out of the stretch, into the stretch. It's likely that you are feeling this significantly. In and out, in and out. No one likes to hold stretches for more than 5 seconds. It usually just hurts. So we're just basically tricking ourselves into stretching by just holding it for like a second. Going in, it tingles, and then we come out. Going in, it tingles, and then we come out. I got one more to go here. All right, let's try the other side. So left hand, fingers point straight down, right hand comes across, holds that hand there. Now if I let my left elbow relax, everything feels fine. But if I straighten the elbow and twist, woo, tingles in the back of the arm. Here we go. We're just going in and out, nice and patiently. I kind of think of this like the kind of the patience and the persistence of doing this right every time is similar to the patience and persistence that I apply when I'm, like if I've made a cake and I've made icing and now I'm trying to get all the icing out of the bowl and I'm just eating it, I'm not putting it all on the cake. You know, the majority goes on the cake, but then the rest that's in the bowl, I eat. And that patience to scrape every little bit of icing out of the bowl. That's the same patience and perseverance. I got 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Okay, nice. So those last, those 2 things that we did with the forearms, you can actually spend some time holding those positions. So let's go back to the first one. I had my right hand on the table. Okay. Flat fingers, heel of the hand on the table, and I'm going to lean backwards. Okay. And if you're with me here, we're going to hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Switch sides. Same thing. Flat fingers, heel down. Lean backwards as far as you feel comfortable. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that. Back to that second thing we did. Okay. Right finger's pointed down, left hand grabs it, and I take my right elbow and I straighten and twist. And now I count 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that. Left fingers point down, right hand keeps it there. And I take my left elbow and I straighten and twist for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Awesome. That's the afternoon. See you guys later. Take care.